Has it ever happened to you that you check your bank account and suddenly you're hit by that uncomfortable question? Where did all my money go? You stop to think. You didn't make any huge purchases, didn't splurge on luxury, you even felt like you were being responsible. And yet your balance keeps shrinking as if your money had a life of its own. Now, imagine the opposite, waking up every morning with the peace of mind that every dollar you spend is aligned with your personal goals. That your financial decisions not only don't stress you out, they empower you. That everything you buy, whether a lot or a little, has a clear purpose, real intention, and brings you closer to the life you truly want to live. If that sounds like the kind of reality you'd like to build, stick with me, because this video could be the first step toward a mindset shift that, though small, can have a massive impact on your finances, your peace of mind, and your future. Today, we're going to talk about a silent and very common enemy, unnecessary expenses, more specifically. I'm going to show you 8 financial habits that are draining your money without you even realizing it. And I'm not saying this to scare you, but to open your eyes. Because here's one thing I can promise you. You're not alone. In fact, you're probably making more than one of these mistakes without even noticing. And that's okay. We're not here to judge. What we are going to do is give you tools, concrete, realistic, and most importantly, applicable solutions that fit your daily life, no matter how much or how little you earn. So if you're ready to stop feeling like money is slipping through your fingers and start taking control of your financial decisions with intention, clarity, and purpose, then let's begin. Number 1. Impulse buying, the enemy disguised as a deal. How many times have you walked into a store, online or in person, just to browse, and ended up walking out with things you didn't need or fell for? A promotion like 2 for 1, limited stock, or only today, even though you had no intention of buying anything. Don't worry, you're not alone. This kind of behavior isn't about a lack of willpower. It's about a system designed to make you buy without thinking. Stores and platforms are meticulously planned to seduce you. They place products at eye level, create urgency with visual cues, trigger emotions with music, lighting, scents. Everything is designed to push you to spend. The solution isn't to lock yourself at home or feel guilty. The key is planning. Walk in with a list, set a limit, and don't let a fleeting emotion decide for you. If it wasn't in your plan, don't. Put it in the cart. As simple and as hard as that. Number 2, eating out. Convenience that comes at a high cost, going out to eat, ordering delivery, stopping by your favorite coffee shop, or grabbing something quick because you don't have time to cook. It all sounds harmless, maybe even justified, right? We all have busy days, but when that convenience becomes the rule instead of the exception, your budget starts to quietly bleed. You're not just paying for food, you're paying for service, packaging, transportation fees, and often you end up with something low in nutritional value and high in price. The alternative isn't to stop enjoying, it's to take back control. Cooking at home might seem tedious, but with a little planning, it becomes a powerful routine. You won't just save money, you'll know exactly what you're eating, take better care of your health, and maybe even rediscover the joy of cooking. Make eating out a celebration, not a default setting. Number 3, the logo trap. Expensive clothes that aren't worth the price. We live in a culture where status is often measured by what you wear. And brands know this. That's why they sell you clothes with giant logos, limited collections, or exclusive collaborations that play on your desire to belong. But let's be honest, in many cases, what you're paying for isn't better quality, it's just marketing. A luxury branded t-shirt won't last longer than a no-name one, but it will drain your wallet. And the worst part? You start believing you need to dress a certain way to look successful, when true freedom is not relying on any of that. Look at successful people across different industries. Many choose simple clothing, no visible logos, because they understand they have nothing to prove. They prefer to save their mental energy for important decisions and their money for what truly matters. Invest in functional, versatile, durable clothes, not in labels that inflate the price, not your worth. Number 4, dormant subscriptions, the silent enemy of your budget. We live in a digital era where practically everything can be acquired with just one click, including access to platforms and services that promise entertainment, convenience, knowledge, or well-being. Movies, series, music, video games, productivity tools, audiobooks, meditation apps, cloud storage, fitness programs, digital magazines, and a long list more. Does this sound familiar? Most likely, yes, because chances are that right now you're paying for more than one monthly subscription. Some you might use daily, but others are simply there, forgotten yet active, draining money every month without you even noticing. And here comes the key question, the one that makes you open your eyes. Are you really using all those services? Or have you just gotten used to seeing that charge appear every month as if it were inevitable? I'm telling you this from personal experience. For a while, I had so many active platforms that I couldn't even remember how many there were. Some I subscribed to because of a series or a trial offer. Others because I thought I would have free time someday to take advantage of them. But that time never came. The automatic debit, however, did. One day, I decided to do a digital cleanup. I reviewed my bank statements one by one, identified every charge, and canceled everything I wasn't actively using. The result was more than surprising. First, of course, my bank account breathed a sigh of relief. Seeing how much money I was losing monthly on things I didn't even remember having made me feel a mix of relief and frustration. But the most interesting thing was something else. I regained mental space, clarity. I started using that time on things I had previously neglected, reading physical books, reconnecting with people I care about, picking up hobbies that made me feel good. Number 5. Credit cards and loans with interest that eat you alive. This point is delicate but necessary, because we're not just talking about money, but decisions that can mark years of your life. Credit cards, personal loans, lines of credit, they're not the enemy. In fact, when used well, they can be powerful allies. The problem arises when they are used without awareness, without strategy, and above all, without understanding the rules of the game. Have you ever made a purchase with the phrase, "I'll pay later," floating in your head? We've all done it, and sometimes it works. But if it becomes a habit, you're walking on very thin ice. Because here's an uncomfortable truth. Interest doesn't forgive. And worse yet, minimum payments are a trap disguised as relief. Yes, they let you breathe this month. But what you don't see is that this small payment keeps the debt alive and gives it permission to grow over time. You end up paying double or triple for something you don't even use anymore, and worst of all, you lose the feeling of control. The best strategy is clear, though sometimes hard to apply. If you can't pay for something in full at the end of the month, don't put it on the card. That's simple. Use credit as a tool, not as a rescue. And if you already have accumulated debt, make an exit plan. Prioritize paying the most expensive ones, reduce non-essential expenses, and focus, because every peso you pay back is freedom regained. Remember, your card is not an extension of your salary. It's just a tool, and you decide whether it helps you or drags you down. Number 6. Ghost memberships. When the gym charges you, but your body doesn't move, this point hits more than your wallet. It hits the relationship between your intentions and your actions. Has it happened that you signed up for the gym with all the motivation in the world and then went twice? Or maybe you bought a training app swearing this time for sure, and then it just sat there forgotten among the others. You're not alone. In fact, many fitness companies know this happens. They sell the dream, not the habit, and we buy it, hoping the financial commitment will force us to act. But the reality is different. Money doesn't create habits. Consistency, systems, and discipline do. And if your lifestyle isn't aligned with that membership, chances are the only thing you're exercising is your credit card. The solution. Honesty. If you're not going, cancel it. If it's hard, look for more flexible alternatives. Training at home, using free routines on YouTube, going for walks or runs, doing bodyweight exercises. What matters isn't paying to move, but moving. And when you've built the habit, when movement is part of your identity, then yes, look for options that boost your progress. But until then, don't keep funding a promise you haven't fulfilled. Yet number 7. Impulse digital purchases. One click that hurts later. The internet has made spending way too easy. One click, a saved card. A buy now that sounds like temptation, disguised as necessity. And the worst part is everything is designed for you to act without thinking. Limited time discounts, countdown timers, only 3 left. Fake reviews pushing urgency. All part of a strategy to make you buy with emotion, not reason. And you know what happens next? The package arrives or the product downloads. And suddenly you realize you didn't need it as much as you thought. Regret shows up when the excitement is gone, but the bank charge remains. Here, the trick is simple but powerful. Wait, when you see something tempting, don't buy it immediately. Save it in the cart. Or, better yet, close the tab and wait a few days. If after that time you're still thinking about it, if you still believe it's useful, accessible, and necessary, go ahead. But I guarantee that in 90% of cases, the emotion fades. The emotion fades, so does the impulse. True self-control isn't about always saying no, it's knowing when to say yes with intention. Number 8. Changing technology on a whim. Not out of need, this last point is especially important in the era of constant upgrades. Every year, tech giants present us with new models, phones, computers, watches, headphones, cameras, more camera, more processor, more features. And of course, higher prices, and you, with your current device still working, start to wonder, is it already outdated? Am I missing out on something? But pause for a moment and ask yourself, does your phone still work? Does your laptop let you work, study, communicate? Or do you just want the new one because it's new? It's easy to fall into the marketing trap. They make us feel that if we don't have the latest, we're falling behind. But the truth is, technology is there to serve you, not enslave or indebted you. I, for example, used the same phone for over 4 years. Not because I couldn't change it, but because I didn't need to. I only replaced it when the battery couldn't last half a day and the system stopped updating. And during that time, I never felt like I was missing out on something important. When you decide to change devices, do it with your head, not anxiety. Choose based on quality, performance, and durability, not shine, trends, or social pressure. Because at the end of the day, the smartest device is the one used wisely.